And we're live. Did I make you worry that we weren't showing up at all because we're late? I don't know. Let me know. Can people hear where you're watching from? How are you doing? Where do you think we are? And now I'll turn the camera around and show you. Bonsoir. As soon as you guys let me know you can hear me, the party will begin. Da, 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 da. I'm sure he's stressing wherever he is. Bonjour. Okay, that's my like. It's the pub quiz. It's the pub quiz.
Hey.
Welcome to this Eiffel Tower edition of the pub quiz. I'm Oliver G. This is Lena. And we are standing right here.
On the base of the beast.
And should we go that way? Maybe? Which is better? Maybe we can avoid all this. Okay.
Yeah,
So the reason we're a little bit late is I was doing one of those Zoom calls or Zoom chats with the Alliance Francaise in Pasadena.
Very happy girls behind
Yeah.
us. That's nice. Look, the Eiffel Tower cellars are back.
Well, these are the things that we figured we'd show you is how what the city looks like. So obviously the Eiffel Tower's still closed, set to open on the 26th.
Yeah.
But things are starting to get back to normal, like that. That's right, Ellen. They're back.
They are back.
So what we're gonna do today? Well, we've got quite a walk for you. What are you doing? So I believe Lena is going to be Instagramming this walk.
Yeah, I'll try. See if I can multitask.
If you're not following her, the link's below. Prison postcards.
Ooh, you linked.
I linked everything
Very
ahead.
good. Look at you.
But the idea is what we're going to do is we're going to take you for a sunset walk, explore a little bit.
Yes, enjoy the weather.
Lena's,
which is beautiful. Finally, it's been
it's
really
so nice.
great
It's
week
perfect.
today.
And we did a similar walk last night, and we're like, why don't we do a live walk? So Suzanne says, new to Patreon, so excited about the sunset walk. Look, that's the sun there.
That's it.
Thanks
Golden
for
hour.
signing up, Suzanne. Suzanne, yes. Welcome to the club.
Lovely.
Perfect time to start to join the club because I'm going to be doing a lot of walks in the coming days, starting with this one.
That's a good start.
So what we're going to do, we're going to walk to this man-made island. Show of hands, give me a like if you know what I'm talking about, this island. If you've been here, if you know where we're going. Cloudberry's new to the club too. Yes, Cloudberry. Cloudberry, what's your
Cloudberry, I recognize
the
that.
the career happiness coach? Is that right? Put a link. It might ban your link because it might be promotional.
Right. Amazing.
Introduce yourself. Okay, here we go. Jim knows it.
All right.
I know where you're going, but never made it. Heard it, but never been there. Never been, but know it.
This sounds like a.
Wonderful.
It sounded like a riddle. You know.
What's it? Tell me more about how the riddle.
The riddle.
As in, like, you can go over it, but you can't go under it.
The answer is probably a clock. Time of water.
It's always water.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk from here to the Statue of Liberty, and similar to many of you commenters, we were planning to start the video over there, but
Yeah.
it didn't really work out that way. But it'll give you a little glimpse on.
You got a bit extra.
Yeah, a little bit of an extra. Hello from Scotland, says Katie Girl, or Kada Girl. Girl. I've been to Paris many times, says Alexandra, or Alexandra.
Alexandra.
Never visited this island. And Cloudberry is the career happiness coach on Instagram. This will make you happy. You ready? Boom! Okay, let's cross.
Lovely.
So we're going to the Statue of Liberty, Lena. How does that make you feel?
I know. It feels like we're going to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not.
Can we still
Or are
cross?
we?
Yes, we can. It only just changed.
Run.
Okay. The walk officially begins when we get down to the river level. I think we can go down here and then turn left, right?
Yes.
So quite a few people are out and about tonight. It is
It's really busy.
what is it, Saturday night?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All the days is merged together.
So hello folks, this is where we're going to start. Look at the color of the Eiffel. Yes. Lovely.
Look, it says on the crepe stand.
Oh, regardez. What is a régalade? Régalade.
Oh, right.
Okay, so no one's been here today. This is. I didn't see a single person say they'd been here.
Exciting.
And the light will gradually change over this next hour or so. And you guys, I think, will all be in for a treat.
Get more and more beautiful.
This is for people, for folks who are brand new around here.
Yes.
This is a slightly boring stretch, so I can get away with this.
Oh, and you're kicking.
Oh, I thought I trod in something a dog left behind. That was the noise you do when I'm treading in manure.
I know.
So what?
Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
So what the idea is with these walks, if you're new around here, is we're just gonna show you around. You have to let me know if it's too windy or anything, and we'll try and escape the wind. But the idea is we'll just show you around. This is one of the explore ones rather than one of the interview ones. It's windy here, maybe.
Oh, it's really windy. I think it's just under the bridge. Wow.
Okay, so the idea is this one is a bit more of an explore. If it gets way too windy and you can't hear what I'm saying, just mute me and put on some Mozart and enjoy the view, because it'll be really stable and clear, the video, even if the sound isn't. And if you want to know who Lena is and what she's doing, she's taking pictures as we go. Parisian postcards. Let me see, let's see the picture. Yeah! Oh, what a businesswoman. Okay, there you go. Follow her on Instagram. And you know what sometimes people do? Like they privately chat with the guest on Instagram. So send Lena little subtle messages.
Yeah, a little high.
And then the other thing, if you're new around here, you can tell me to stop and zoom and point out things and ask
If you see
questions.
something that looks interesting or boring, it's kind of like a video game, you know?
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It really is a bit like a
You're
video
like
game.
The bot.
The whole point is it's boring. Look, toilets, 50 cents.
Boring.
You have to. Well, we show everything. So the idea is, it'd be very easy to do this video and then show the highlights of it tomorrow, not live, right? But when it's live, it's interactive. Like someone could say, zoom in on that train, Oliver, and I'd go, whoop!
The train over Bir-Hakeim.
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 So,
Alright. Wow. The clouds are so beautiful.
Carl has walked here many times because he used to live in the 16th.
Amazing.
All right, Carl.
I'll be walking in your footsteps.
Brian says, jump in the Seine, Oliver. Oh, Brian. Brian. Oh,
Brian
I don't
thinks
think
it's
so.
Sims.
Sims.
Whoa, look how many people.
So people asking if are Parisians respecting
Yeah.
the social distancing and so on.
Do you want a bit of water?
I'll show you. You be the judge. Sort of, not really.
Sort of not like at all, maybe.
Cindy has never seen this part of the city. So here's the story. I feel like sometimes when there's so many people, also the internet can cut out.
Yeah.
So this is like food trucks. All right. So the idea was a month ago, the people at Paris Perfect, the luxury apartment rentals, got in touch and said, "Hey, we'd love to see what you guys can do from the 7th arrondissement." They let us stay in an apartment, and we've been walking all around, like literally everywhere. And on one of the first days, we did this exact walk that we're going to show you. And I was thinking, I've been here for 5 years, and I'd never seen this stuff. And then I thought, if I haven't seen it, there's a strong bet that you guys haven't either. And so Brian says, is that La Défense in the background? I think talking about that, and the answer is no. La Défense is another way. It's kind of that way. Off over Passy. P-A-S-S-Y, those beautiful domed rooftops. Masks are recommended here. But this, where we just walked past, was a lot of young people, and the young people they're too cool, I think, for the masks.
Rebellious people.
So now we've got a bit of a choice, and I don't quite know what to do. Because the two choices are, and maybe we'll let the people decide. Other than maybe you have an idea on what would be better. But there's two choices. The island begins here and stretches about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes walk that way. You can see it, the river goes on both sides of it, like there and there. But as it turns out, where these people are walking and along here is really nice too, with boats moored all along the sides. So I don't quite know how best to do it. Part of me thinks we could walk along the bottom, get to the Statue of Liberty, and then come back. Or we can go up and then come back.
It might make more sense to walk along the, what do you call it, like the side, and then come back through the
garden?
hill.
Yeah.
Because then we have the cool background.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
What do you think?
Cindy says do both.
We run back and forth, back and forth.
I think we got to think about how the sunset will best affect this video, and I think Lena has it exactly right.
Maybe. I love this boat.
Ellen agrees with you.
Look at that.
Which?
Look how this is so cool. Oh, that boat is nice too.
This is nice.
This is also summery.
So we walked here the other day and we thought, how have we never been here before?
I know, don't you?
Hello. I passed the Statue of Liberty on the boat tour. Too fast. Wow, way too fast. Oh, he's got the speed bump. He jumped over it.
What?
Okay, fair enough. That guy. Here you go. Here's the.
Simpatico.
There's the Instagram shot.
Oh, okay, alright.
Like this. I don't know if you guys can see it at home as well as we. Nah, it doesn't look so good for me. But the light's changing. Can we see?
Very pretty.
Yeah, we can see. I'll keep you on my right hand side.
Okay.
Look at that. What do you suppose that is? What do you suppose that is? Any guesses at home?
In Swedish you call it a vinch, kanske.
A winch in English.
Maybe?
Pink Cadillac says a little dark, Oliver. But the sun's setting.
The sun is setting.
Is this Paris Island in front of us? That's it. Maria's watching. I got some trivia for you, Maria, or anyone.
Oh my god, look at the top of this. Oh, love it.
So if you are tuning in like Maria, we're walking, this is the Bir Hakeim Bridge, B-I-R-H-A-K-E-I-M. It's where Last Tango in Paris begins. It's where Leonardo DiCaprio bends the rules of physics in the movie Inception. And it's where I walked with the Australian ambassador on a live video where this very stabilizer I'm holding went berserk that I wrote about in the book. So I have, I don't know, it gives me the shivers, this bridge.
Because of your gimbal
Okay,
incident.
yeah. So I'm going to give a trivia question, just like the pub quiz in the old days. And whoever answers first correctly wins. How should I do this?
Alright.
Okay, here's the question. Whoever answers first correctly wins nothing except glory. What, in front of which prominent, and you can't Google it, in front of which prominent building in Paris can you find a large chunk of the Berlin Wall?
Oh yeah, that's such a good question.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
No Googling.
Yes.
First correct answer wins. Oh, there's the... Louvre says art. No, you're wrong. Pompidou says Neil. Wrong again.
That's how you spell the bridge name though.
Grand Palais. Wrong again. Pont de Bir Hakeim. Named after, I believe, a battle in Algeria. Maison de la Radio says Delphine. Absolutely
Oh my
right.
God, yes. Amazing.
Well done. The
That's
big
some good
radio,
trivia.
the huge radio building that I think we'll see even.
Oh, is it that one?
Yeah, it could be.
This you see in the distance.
Answers in the comments. Oh la la. What were we looking at? So this walk is, I would say, many tourists, if not the vast majority of tourists, go to the Eiffel Tower, never ever walk here.
I mean, I hadn't been here.
We hadn't been here.
Oh.
Guilty.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And there's the island that we're going to walk along in the background. I'd seen this island and long had it. It doesn't look like an island, of course. It just looks like a...
It's kind of disguised as a mainland.
I think I asked the ambassador if he'd ever walked along it.
Uh-huh.
And I think he said no.
Really?
Yeah.
And he lives here.
And he lives here. Gives
Shame
you an
on
idea of
Shame on you,
how
Brenda.
few people do it.
True.
They have cute dogs and cats on these boats. Okay, we'll look out for dogs and cats.
I wonder how many people live on them like permanently.
Cyclists everywhere.
I know.
Hello guys.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, good. Where are you from?
Australia.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Who says French people
So
aren't polite,
friendly.
huh?
I know. Really sweet. So sweet. So sweet.
Who says French people aren't polite?
No one says that.
Who says it?
No one.
Minu says, how did you find out about this place? Well, Minu,
How did you find out about
how do we find out about anything? We walk aimlessly and
We
endlessly.
get lost and then we find ourselves.
How could you not want to do this walk?
I love it.
Look at
I
this.
think you said last time we were here that it reminds you of like Camden in London.
Yeah, it's got
Like
a
little
real
bit, like the
different feel
locks.
to Paris. This area should be promoted more for tourists to visit. It's lovely, says Kater Girl. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
And Paul says, Salut de l'Alliance Française de Pasadena. Salut, Paul.
That's where you would just.
That's where I was
right?
just talking.
Oh, cool.
Welcome
Hi,
to
Paul.
this world. Andy says we're coming to Paris next year. Definitely doing this walk.
Definitely.
We should leave a
We
treat
should.
for Andy somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like a little €2 hidden somewhere.
I like it.
Lady Diana had a crash in the tunnel near the Pont de l'Alma. You'll know which one it is by the golden flame. Yep, that's right.
True.
It's also where, if you guys follow on Facebook, I put pictures of a really grand building and door front yesterday. That was right next to the Diana flame.
So cool.
Oh yeah.
And the guy, the husband of the Guardian.
Let me in.
Yeah, I know.
I-
It's really funny.
And there's videos on my Instagram if you want to go check that out. But hey,
But hey,
I'm not going to do the self-promotion. Promoting France. Then again,
why not?
why not?
No one else is gonna do it.
So I love this walk. I think it's just so cool.
Me too.
Are you getting some nice Instagram pics?
I'm collecting them.
What should people say if they follow you on Instagram?
No. So know
Pasadena.
that it's from this.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mention a fruit.
mention of fruit. So this is the view if we had to come back that way, but we'll get it on the way back through the trees. And
Love fishing.
yeah, a lot of fisher people. See if we see any fish.
Yeah, I wonder what they catch. Probably just mostly old like bicycles.
Yeah, Phillips.
Maybe a gun.
Can you guys hear us by the way, or is it too windy? Because I can feel the wind on my ears. So I feel like maybe you can feel it on your ears. So many boats down here, says Brian. Exactly right,
Yeah.
except on this bit. Weirdly.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to be here.
I've got a theory that people don't walk down here because they see the big buildings that Brian asked if it was La Défense, these ones, can't quite see them.
Yeah.
And they go, oh no, I'm not going down here.
Yeah, it looks like cute Paris stops, which it sort of does in there, but not out here.
Picture a bit fuzzy, says Mike. It cannot be fuzzy. Is it fuzzy? No, I don't believe it's fuzzy. I deny it.
You renounce it. Can you say renounce?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
We can say what we like.
Good.
We're our own employers.
I like that.
Yeah, renounce. I renounce it. It is a bit fuzzy. I wonder, maybe we can rectify this. Maybe I'm on Wi-Fi or something.
No, it's clear.
Okay.
Okay, great.
I just turned off my personal hotspot on the phone, so if it disappeared for a second, that's what happened. There we go. Okay, good.
All good?
Yep.
Good.
I had the
Here's
personal
another
hotspot
train.
on
Look at that.
because Lena's internet doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. I'm a sheep.
You're a sheep.
I'm a sheep and a louse.
So there's the island we're going to. A bit noisy. Picture really clear in Virginia. This could be a case of different people have different internet quality rather than my internet quality. But
I can
hey,
explain it.
you know what art says?
No.
I'm having wine and cheese to boost the mood.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Oh, picnic. Picnic on the go.
And there on the far side, as the sunset starts setting in, is Radio France or Radio France, where you'd find the Berlin Wall. Maybe we can even see it. Oops. Sort of there.
It's on this side at least.
Yeah.
Something to know.
Good quiz question, I thought.
Look at this beautiful light on the buildings. Buildings aren't super beautiful, but the light is.
You're right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now it's fuzzy again. Hey, this is beyond my control. Hopefully it switches back. Maybe refresh. Because we don't want a fuzzy image. We're about to get to the secret island. And in the distance, maybe you guys can already spy. Who's that? Do you see?
Arm sticking out. Good hint.
Snowstar says, is this where the podcast started at Radio France? No way. It was called World Radio Paris and still is, and they still share the show. But I'm glad you're halfway through the book. Hope you're enjoying it.
Look at that, Seine princess.
Nice music. Cisco Rodriguez. Juste Paris? Did you hear that? He said, what are you filming? I said, Paris. And he said, like, that's a good idea. You got to be careful walking past people playing live music from the radio. I talk about this all the time, but they can take off your video from the internet.
I wonder how they do
I
that.
hate that.
Do you think it's Mr. Rodriguez just looking through all the videos on the internet?
I don't think he's alive anymore. Is he?
No, I don't. I think you're right.
Do you know what Brian Boyd just says?
What?
He says that his dad read my book last night in 6 hours.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, well, that's what he says.
Wow.
That's awesome. He must have skipped some bits. It took me longer than that to read for the audio experience. Ellen's husband is digging the book. You guys are really kind. By the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, the book is called Paris on Air. You can find it by, I don't even remember the link anymore. The EiffelTower.com/memoir. Can someone put a link just as a favor to me so other people can find it? Or even if you're in the US, the EiffelTower.com/US. It's a little bit cheaper because we're posting from Seattle. So Deborah knows exactly where we are.
Look at that. These are like, what does that mean? Bateau called like school boats. What does that mean?
Maybe it's where they help you. You know what my guess is?
Yeah.
When this guy's learning to drive, these are like tugboats. They go, whoa, mate, a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
No.
All these big boats are named from like music people.
I saw Celine Dion before.
Grenelle. Well, that's not
I
really
love
music.
his latest album. Delphine said that these boats are going to Honfleur, which we went to up in Normandy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we need to go up here, I think. Okay, this is where the walk really begins. I said it really began twice now, but 119 people watching, 47 likes. What's that as a percent?
I don't know, but not good enough.
Not good enough.
That's what.
Come on, folks. That's a bit cheeky even. That's cheeky. All right, up we go.
Oh, I love this walk.
Now I plan to research Statue of Liberty here before the starting the walk, but I forgot.
Oh.
How about that? But I know it was a
it's
gift.
way smaller
Yeah, I think it's a sixth
than the
the
American
size.
one. A sixth.
A sixth the size. And
Otherwise, like a replica.
it is a replica sent from the United States to Paris as a thank you for the one that Paris sent to the United States. And originally it was facing the Eiffel Tower, I believe, but now it's facing New York. That's just from memory. I could be wrong. I didn't research it.
Looking at each other.
The statue in New York City faces this one too.
I like that.
That's what art says.
Well, I trust art.
I trust art, but I don't believe it's your real name.
Yeah, but like Art Garfunkel.
That's true. Art
Yeah.
Garfunkel.
I believe it.
Arthur, perhaps. Here we go. Tried to add the link, but YouTube is not allowing it. Oh bother. Yeah, YouTube probably thinks you're trying to sell your own book, even though it's my book. Okay, this is what you want to see. I'll walk closer to the edge, I think. Beautiful. So, I think people are going to dig this little fact before we get to Old Lady Liberty. This island is called the Island of Swans, right?
Yep.
What do you think that is down there?
Swan Lake. I think it's the same family that we saw yesterday.
You think?
Yeah, I want to believe that.
EiffelTower.com/memoir, EiffelTower.com/US to get it cheaper. Who doesn't like a good deal? Now, we've lost Lena to the swans. We're going rogue. So is anyone watching from New York out of interest? Because we're looking at you. This way. Okay, looks like the links aren't going to work. Don't worry about it, guys. I don't mind. Too fast. So I saw that Minu just commented swans, and that makes me think that some of you are watching a slightly delayed version. So just press refresh and you'll catch up.
So beautiful.
Here is the island, and here is the sunset.
Clouds are
Here she is at work.
There we go. Oh, no, we're not. There we go. Nice.
And we're on the island. Shall we, what did you say the other day? Shall we round the thing? We're gonna round the
Let's
thing.
round this thing. I don't know why you found it so funny.
We were walking down here the other day, and we're turning left here, as we did the other night. And Lena said, pointing to the Statue of Liberty, she goes, "Should we round this thing?" I was like, "What? Are you a cowboy or something?"
No, but that's English, isn't it?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a new one that I hadn't heard from
Yeah, I
you.
think it's absolutely fair and normal.
Didn't you say, "Let's round this bad boy"?
Yeah. Let's round this mother.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
there's Radio 5. I think we could probably see. Hang on. The Berlin Wall was about.
It's kind of hidden there in the.
Can you see it on
shrubbery.
this? Yeah. Should we go round it?
That's
Should we go
true.
round that thing? Okay, we can't see it, but it's in about there. If you want to, if you're a history buff and you like a bit of, something a bit different.
Actual real talk. Should we round this thing?
We're rounding this thing.
Okay. All right.
So we only came around here for the first time recently, and I was surprised to see it's like a little gym in here. Meanwhile, we're about to do the fun part of the walk along the island that we advertise. So if you got a friend who you think would like this, why don't you send them the link? So they're doing it live, guys. This is live and real.
Live.
So look, there's this little gym, sort of little homemade gym. Homemade, you know what I mean?
I like it.
Unofficial.
I don't think I would ever go here though.
You wouldn't train?
No.
You wouldn't work out?
No. I would just round it. That's my exercise.
I wonder how many people watching besides Delphine and the other person who lives here.
Oh, look at this.
How many people have been here before?
Live music.
Oh,
on
live
a
music.
live channel.
We're gonna tell them not to play.
Yeah. Don't play Coldplay or something.
Yeah, don't play Coldplay on your violin. This is gonna be nice. I think we're gonna shut up and let the music and the sirens be the background.
Okay.
Well, the music stopped, but I'll show old Lib from the front. There's a close up. What does it say there? 14th of July? Is that what it says? 1776? And then here's what it says. This statue was offered to the city of Paris by the Parisian community of America. It was put here in the centenary of the Statue of Liberty, 23rd of June, 1986. Cool. Pretty cool.
All right. Now we rounded it.
I work for Universal Music. Copyright protection is a major part of the digital department. Yeah, it's unfortunate when people like me have no intention of breaching copyright things and it
It
gets...
just like happens.
Maybe I got stung for it on Facebook rather than YouTube. What are those heart symbols all over Paris, says Cloudberry? I don't know.
I don't actually know.
One of
Like
those,
those red ones with black.
I think it's
Just see
a
it.
street artist with a lack of imagination.
Yeah, very anonymous.
Yeah, I think you gotta do different things sometimes.
Evolve.
I think this is the shop people came for.
That's it.
A little bit of a pétanque going on here.
I like how like sort of wild it is. Like this is not. It's not really tended to.
Not at all.
It's sort of forgotten, which I think is pretty cool.
Boule. Do you remember the name for the little wooden one? It was a pub quiz question. Cochinette or something?
Really dut.
No,
No, I'm just making that up.
Cochinette? It doesn't sound very French. It sounds Italian.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Cochinette?
Isn't it called bocce?
Cochonette.
Cochonette?
Bocce in Italy.
Ah.
Cochonnet. Okay, there you go. A pity that bridge is not very nice, says Hugo. Which bridge? This one.
The color is nice.
Tough crowd, Hugo. It's not bad. I travel daily. It's very safe. Who's asking about safe stuff? It seems very safe here to me.
Anyone know what flower this is?
Okay, we need the flower experts of YouTube. What is this? No guesses this time.
I think it's a weed,
Okay.
but it's pretty.
What weed is it?
It's a pretty weed.
It's definitely not Banksy, by the way, for you guys asking. Did I miss any? Just so you know, I often miss comments. I'm not ignoring you. I got an email once.
Yeah.
You always ignore my comments.
Oh no,
I never ignore. I
that's-
just miss them sometimes.
that's unfortunate.
Forget me
bad
not.
timing.
Forget me not or demove. The Ile de
Why
Seine
is
was
that
built to
forget-me-nots
protect
so
that
small?
ugly bridge. Yeah.
Oh, really?
To protect it from what? The swans.
Yes, probably.
But yeah, that was the pont de Grenelle. That one. So here we are. This is the island we were
I
telling you
love
about.
this.
Yeah, we love it.
It's like your own private little runway with trees.
Mauve de Bois from the Malvasius family, says Hugo. Whereas
wow.
Chateau says, I think it's a wild geranium. I mean,
I'll take both.
people are guessing.
I like it.
Here we go. Meanwhile, I'm looking off camera for that Berlin Wall again.
I know, but I think it's hidden. By a pesky tree.
PlantNet is a great free app for instant identification of plants.
Oh, really? I like that.
Cool.
I'm getting very into plants. Is that an age thing? My uncle is a botanist.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you
Maybe
go.
it runs in the blood.
Did you know? Okay, I'm not sure if he's very known internationally. Carl von Linné.
I don't know if he is
Linné?
either, but I'll tell you one thing about him. He should be because he's the most cited human on Wikipedia.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so he was a Swedish man in the 1600 maybe? Do not quote that. And he named all the plants
With the Latin names.
with the Latin name.
So
I don't know if that-
Movius Maximus, he would have done
That
that.
would be Carl von Linné. And
Whoops.
I am related to that guy.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Is it distant,
my
distant,
boss-
distant, distant?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah, super distant. So my botanist uncle was obviously very thrilled when he found that out.
Ah, so he became a botanist before he knew that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he was like, oh my god,
I smell marijuana.
wait, I wonder where it comes from. What plant is that? I wonder.
That's funny. Look at this.
Whoa.
What plant is that? What plant
wow.
was that? Goodness me.
That must be
Brian highly recommends everyone switch to a plant-based or vegan diet. It gives you 30% more energy. Haha, sorry, but we were talking about plants. There you go. Thanks for the tip, Brian. What else have we got here? Interesting. Everyone says your interesting story. I like the
I just
whisper.
want to know if he's famous internationally. I don't
Someone
think
said
so.
famous in Denmark.
Well, Denmark, there you go.
That's international.
Yeah.
So pretty peaceful considering it's also Saturday night in Paris.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people think it's funny I whispered about marijuana while it's legal in some parts in the States, but it's
Oh,
not legal
right,
in
yeah.
Paris, is it?
No, although you could think it was from the smell.
I'm actually going to take a brief pause to mention that if you haven't already, I put a link below to the big charity push we're doing. I'm not going to go on about it, but I think 200 people have put in $10. I'm going to talk about it for 1 minute. Fair?
Fair? Yes.
We started this big charity push for the Wells International Foundation, Paris-based, run by an African-American Parisienne woman,
Yeah.
education, women's empowerment. We went and bought all the prizes or donated them. So we've done our bit. We want you to do your bit. Help us raise money. Raffle tickets, $10. Put in $50 and get 10. No, 5.
Wow.
But we're going to draw it on Monday.
Yeah,
And,
we're pretty excited about this project.
When I last looked, it's raised $6,500, which is just crazy.
Whoa.
And a little bit, how much?
That's 200 even more than because I mean, it's quite addictive. You just want to check all the time.
Yeah,
So
it's like when I did the book Kickstarter.
yeah, it's like, oh my god.
But the reason I bring it up is because we wanted to try and bring the Paris fans like you guys. It's 6,720 now. Whoa! So that's amazing.
Wow.
The idea is we didn't want to just toss a penny or whatever into the big well like everybody else. We wanted to support something local that'll go towards Paris and making things better.
Long-term, local.
So there's a link below. Otherwise, it's theeiffeltower.com/charity, and you win prizes like Lena's original art. One of my
Yeah.
books where I'm going to write the first page of the next book
I love that idea.
on the last page in hand, because spoiler alert, I've written it already. And loads of other prizes, antiques, tours, books,
Wine tasting.
and that's a minute. So if you haven't done it already, go and do it. I saw some comments coming up, people have done it.
Oh, really?
You guys are awesome.
You are. Thank you.
Let's make a difference. The idea is Paris fans making a difference.
Exactly. This is so exciting.
Everyone's strongly encouraging everyone else to do it.
Oh,
I love it. I'm sure
so
someone else is doing it, or someone's sitting there going, yeah, now's the time. Do it. Yeah, do it.
No
Okay.
peer pressure, but peer pressure.
Yeah, a little bit of peer pressure. I think there are a lot of people
Just
with
the
these kind of
right.
things. Look at the boats. I think there are a lot of people who are on the cusp of can't be bothered, and they just need that little friendly voice saying, go on, do it. And that's what I'm going to give you. It feels good to give if you can. Of course, if you can. And if you can't, one thing you could do is share it. Send it to your friends. Look at that, the Poirier de Chine. You created a great community here, says Alexandra. And Andrew sends in $5. That's really kind of you, Andrew, using the super chat. But for this walk, I would much rather everybody goes to the charity I linked. And that makes me realize I'm going to turn off all the monetization stuff for the walks I'm doing tomorrow morning, which are going to be really cool, by the way. I'm going to do a walk tomorrow with Monique from the charity, Introduction to Black Paris. It's kind of got scary in here now.
Oh.
And then the other one is a wine tasting. We're going to do
Is
wine
that tomorrow
tasting.
night?
Yeah, tomorrow night. So this exact time tomorrow night, everybody.
Will people be able to do the wine tasting with us? Like, will you provide a...
What time is it where you're watching right now? What time is it? Someone tell me. I'm not going to put... I can put the super chats towards the charity, but even better if you just don't do the super chat. That's the best way. Charity, because then it comes in a big... whatever you call it. Big lump sum. 4 p.m. Okay, yeah, you guys can have drinks tomorrow. Oh yeah, Jim McPherson.
Okay.
You like wine, don't you, Jim? So I've got the link in the video, but it's white Bordeaux, sparkling white, and Beaujolais.
Yeah, the white Bordeaux. That confused me. I never heard about that before.
So I really hope that you guys are there. And Tanisha Townsend, who's going to be my guest, is like a guru of wine. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be the idiot. I'm the idiot's guide for it.
It's perfect.
And when she said white Bordeaux, I was like, I'd never even heard of that before. She goes, oh, you got a lot to learn. I think we're going to do a blind taste testing.
I'm just gonna get this beautiful boat coming by.
You know what could work with the blind wine tasting, everyone at home, is if you're with someone else, or even if you're alone. It'd be harder if you're alone, but you could get someone to mix the glasses around so you're doing a blind taste testing too. That would be really fun. There's the boat that Lena's snapping. I'm gonna get home and watch her Instagram stories. Lena said to me, she said, wear a jacket, Oliver, you'll thank me for it. And I'm wearing a jacket. It's too hot. I'm not gonna thank her for it. It's okay, we've walked away. Did you hear me?
No?
Whew,
What did he say?
nothing.
No, what did you say?
I said I'm too hot in the jacket.
Oops, my bad.
It's really
Yeah,
hot.
but I'm like
It's
a
beautiful in Paris.
What do you call it? Doting
wife.
I
Here,
get
you take
away
this,
with
I'm
it.
taking the jacket off.
Oh my goodness.
So it's gonna be about 4 o'clock for a lot of people by the sounds of it. I think that's wine o'clock.
That is definitely wine o'clock. Look at that. Look at that. Look at our host.
Are there rules for saying on YouTube, like promoting safe drinking and responsible?
Oh, I don't know.
Because do it responsibly. Okay, enough of me.
Enough of that. Whee!
1:47 p.m. for Deborah. I think you can get away with it, Deborah.
Yeah, just a sip, you know.
Not one person has done a thumbs down for this video. Thanks, Brian. It'd be weird. I think it'd be weird to do a thumbs down for a video like that.
When it happens, it's just accidental. Look at that white limo.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
You often see that one by the Eiffel Tower, actually. I think it just like lives there and maybe take people for a spin around the block.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you think?
So did anyone donate to the charity while we were walking? Nah, you don't need to brag about it. We'll go home and look. And that's enough about the charity. Now we'll talk about other things. What are you thinking about the walk, folks? I'm loving
so
it.
Nice. And we're getting that beautiful like pink sunset.
Oh, at least 3 people have donated. You guys are wonderful. That's so
rock
kind.
stars.
Oh, you know, Monique at the charity said, if it gets like it was nearing 5,000.
Yeah.
She said, oh my goodness, if it gets to 5,000,
Yeah.
I'm celebrating this. And now we're like, it must be near 7,000.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, she seems really lovely. I'm excited to meet her.
You know what Leslie says? She says this walk is great. I wish I was there.
Aww.
It's at 6,870. Wow. Maybe even 7,000 by bedtime.
Really? That's huge.
I'll tell you guys one thing that I've noticed. So on Instagram, there are a lot of followers on Instagram. I think maybe 10,000 something. And usually I do an Instagram story. You know, like, oh, look at this walk, for example. Isn't it nice? I wake up in the morning, there's about 80 messages. 100 messages usually. And now when I start talking about charity for the first time I have hardly any messages anymore.
It might be a thing with like Instagram that they don't want to hear those keywords. You never know.
I don't know what it is. But it's certainly silenced a lot of people. Brian says, is Monique the gal from My Prison Life? No, close. That's Yannick. And she's, we got one of her goodie bags, which is really cool. Like, I've got to share a picture of this. Monique has never been on the show, and she's not really, like, she's, oh, look. She's got a pretty quiet voice. She's not like an Instagrammer or anything like that. This is the Beer Hakim. What time is it, by the way?
10 to 10.
10 to 10. I think you all know when we're going to finish this video. What, the backside of the horse?
Like, why?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, why is the tail up? Like, that is very unflattering.
One thing you guys should know about Lena, she's always commenting on this kind of stuff.
Like, why? If there's a
It's good.
symbolism, if there's like...
I've been getting, look at that. Isn't this beautiful? If we had timed it better, it would have sparkled right now, but we didn't.
I know, we should have dilly-dallied.
Yannick would make a fab guest. So just a little note on that. You might have heard my podcast the other day talking about how I'm going to diversify and amplify. I reached out to more people in Paris' black community than you guys would even imagine. And I was very respectful about it and not just being like, come on the show. I want to get more black voices on the show. You know, it was more about diversifying it. And many of them said, look, this is a really exhausting and difficult time. I would love to do it, but later. And I, of course, respect that. And I said, anyway, I want to make a long and sustained and considered effort on this. So I said, you're free to come on whenever you want. It wasn't about, let's do 50 people in a row or something like that. Deborah says, I believe there's a bridge from the opening scene from The Last Tango in Paris. You're right.
I still haven't seen that movie, have you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando's in it.
So we're watching Ronin at the moment.
Yeah.
We got halfway through it, and it's cool because it's set in Paris.
It is really good too. I love Robert De Niro. I love Jean Reno. He's my dream. If anyone knows him, he's my dream podcast guest.
Yeah, imagine
You know
that.
what
That would be very cool.
Do you want to hear my dream podcast episode? You know how I interviewed Hemingway? It wasn't obviously Hemingway, but it was an actor, and he was 20 years old or something. I want to interview Jean Reno, but the actual actor pretending he's 25 years old and talking about,
I like it.
like, so I get him through a time portal,
Yeah.
and I say,
So he is like playing himself as a young dude.
So I'll be like, hi Jean,
That's cool.
what do you want to do with your life? He'll be like, well, I want to be an actor.
Yeah.
What about your childhood? Like a time portal. If you guys haven't listened to the
could
Hemingway,
you imagine what do you want to? Yeah, like where your career will go. That's cool.
do you know how
I
hard
like
that'll
it.
be to pitch to his agent?
Oh my god. Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Birakim Bridge where Marlon Brando, best known for Godfather performance, walked along the bridge, and he said, if he was standing here now, he'd probably say, I see him over my right shoulder. It looks to me the Australian embassy. There's the Australian embassy where Oliver did his end of year show. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is where, if you've read my book, should I say, spoiler alert? That's the balcony where the book ends.
Oh my god.
You should have read it all by now anyway. There. That is the balcony. That is the very balcony where the book takes place. Okay, what time is it? Let's get down there. We can't just stand here. Or, what's the best way to do it?
I'm quite happy that the camera is on
That
high
way.
def because there's like a swarm of flies.
Yeah, can you guys see the
surrounding
flies? Heidi was there.
us. I have
yes.
showered, I promise.
I think it'd be me.
Oh yeah.
Heidi,
Oh my god.
Heidi was just commented that she was there at the embassy event. Was anyone else who's watching now at that embassy event? I'm sure there's got to be someone else.
The view from here is so much better though.
Then from there,
Don't you think?
Lena wants to stay here because the Eiffel Tower is going to sparkle. Delphine was there. Yes, that's right. Sparkle in 5 minutes. Well, we'll do a vote.
Alright,
We'll do the
so-
famous vote. Here are the
It
options.
is a democracy after
It is.
all.
It is. Here are the options. And I'm going to do whatever we see 5 times first.
Okay.
So you're counting one, I'm counting the
Alright,
other.
I'm the tally girl.
Yep. Here are the options.
Okay.
And the Eiffel Tower is going to sparkle in 5 minutes. We're either going to stay here, and don't start writing it yet, or we're going to go to that little park there on the way home. And here are the words that you have to write, because we'll see the sparkle from there in 5 minutes too.
Stay.
All right,
stay.
guys.
Yes.
You didn't even do it fun.
I like this crowd.
This crowd. I wanted to say, remain or stroll. And everyone just started
like
writing stay.
keywords.
Yeah, I want to do
Yeah.
keywords.
You want to be a spy.
Yeah, okay, everyone's
Yeah.
writing stay. All right. We were always going to, we're going to stay for the sparkles, but it could be cool from...
Remain.
All right, look at that building. So, Australian Embassy. Yeah. Can't wait to see the sparkle. I'll point out some cool stuff. Over those people's heads is the tall pointy one is the American Cathedral. And he says
it's
Grenelle.
pretty amazing.
And then over there, I forgot what it was, but we went there yesterday, that other tall one. Do you remember what it was? The Chalet de...
I just remember there were a lot of beautiful dresses and shops close by. That's all I remember.
That's true.
Yeah.
Will the sparkles still be good with the flies? Oh yeah,
Did someone ask that?
I can't believe I didn't put the links for the walks tomorrow, but you can find them if you go on my page. But the times are, the second one, the wine tasting is exactly the same time as now, 9 p.m. Paris time. And the intro to Black Paris is 9 a.m. Paris time. So 2 more walks coming up. And you would know all this if you were a Patreon supporter because I sent out a very detailed instruction. What's Patreon, someone asked? It's how, it's how I turned this hobby into a job.
A jobby.
Are we loving our temporary apartment? Oh, we got 35 bucks to hit 7,000, says Ellen.
Are you serious?
Go, folks, go, go, go,
That's
go.
incredible.
Someone buy 4 tickets.
So exciting.
Should I remain on this view or should I scroll around and see the other stuff? 2 minutes left, is that right? Oh, what
Okay,
we
maybe
could have gone
can
anywhere.
Ask if anyone if you guys know your statues. Like, what is this statue? I actually wonder who it is.
Who is the statue, Lena wants to know.
Who could it be?
We can read it. Remain, everyone's saying remain. Maybe we get that angle over there. I won't miss the sparkles. They last for 5 minutes. I don't know who that is. Cool statue though. 9 a.m. for the Black Paris tour, correct? 9 p.m. for the wine tasting. All you have to think is 9. And as I said elsewhere, if you don't know what time that is for you, all you do is you go on Google and you write, this is all you do. You go 9 a.m. Paris is what for me? And it will say, for you in LA, that's so on and so on. 1 minute left. Cool shot, huh? Look, we don't even need the top. We get all the boats in.
It's very beautiful. Oh, you got that. I want that too.
No, you can be in the shot. Deborah says, Patreon is a fantastic way to support amazing creators of happiness like Oliver. I encourage everyone who loves these videos to sign up and support him. Oh, thanks very much for that, Maria. Thanks for sending that through. We will enjoy a glass of wine right after this. And thanks for supporting the charity as well. Look at that. 10 seconds apparently. Do a pussy walk, says Jim. I will. Good idea. But not for a bit. I'm going to take a break after tomorrow's double walk. Just a small break. But after the charity ends, I'm going to just take a breather. But I do love Passy. We'll have to get there. I really want to show the lights over Passy because it's beautiful too, but I feel like it's going to sparkle any second. Oh, that boat's coming down below too. Look at this. Oh, there's a good shot. Do we feel it's not going to sparkle? Maybe it's based on maybe it's not going to do it, Lena. But at least we hit 7,000. That's amazing. Usually that's amazing. We hit 7,000, Lena. Maybe it's not. Here's an interesting thing with this sparkle. Is it happened at 9 p.m. the other day when it was quite dark and cloudy. And then, yeah, it's usually exactly on the money for the time. Marianne says always a 1 minute delay. I don't know, usually it would sparkle by now, but it is surprisingly bright tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just go away for a sec to show on the other side. It does seem too light for a sparkle. But last night that video we did was at 10 o'clock. Electricity's on strike. Okay, maybe we will walk towards it then.
Let's do it.
Look at these, look at that. There's your screenshot, guys. Ching!
Beauty.
No, there. Oh, look at that. It is 10 p.m. here?
Yeah, it's past.
Okay, let's go. We'll keep walking, because we promised we promised a climax at the end, and now it's been an anti-climax.
You just have to jump from the bridge or something.
Jump from the bridge?
Well, it's not that high, you know.
If the...
You know?
Shoot. Oh, what a shame. Well, that's a good chance to say that people should just follow on Instagram, because we basically film it every night. Oh yeah, Lisa says I should snap my fingers. No, Mona, when I said the last walk we did, I mean last night. Last night it sparkled at 10 o'clock, and the night before it sparkled at 9 o'clock. Huh? But the cars come from this way. Art says walk for another hour, and the reason we won't do that is because I got to get up for a 9 o'clock video tomorrow, and then be awake for a 9 o'clock video tomorrow night, and they're with guests who have never been on the show, so I want to do the best performance with them. So I don't think it's a good idea that I come all with my voice run out. I've lost Lena. Google says every night from sundown. I guess because the sun is setting like a minute later every day, or 2 or 3 or 4 minutes later.
Yeah, we can't plan for this.
But then again, it wasn't sundown 2 days ago because it was so dark and cloudy. It could be a sensor. Well, we're all learning something. What do you think now? Back through this park or down? What do you think?
Can we get into the park? Except jumping the fence?
Yeah, we'll walk on this park. We'll go a different way.
Alright. Oh, yes.
So beautiful around here. Look at the sky. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'll give you guys the vote again. Here's what we'll do. We either go left through the park towards the Eiffel Tower, or right and then around towards the Eiffel Tower. The first three I see we do, left or right. Left or right. Right, right, left,
And should we get pizza or
left,
not?
left. It was left. Should we get pizza?
Yeah, no. I'm joking.
Everyone.
Or am I?
That was the first time it's been a buzzer beater. It went left, left, right, right, left.
Really?
Yep. This is a new one. Okay, these.
That one is like sort of cool. Sort of.
I don't get it.
Not
I don't get
really.
how that picture is any better.
But this one.
I don't get how it's any better than
is
doing
not.
this. Lena was hinting for pizza. It was more than a hint. But then we'll have to stand around for 10 minutes while they make it. We'll do it at the end for ourselves and let you guys get back on with
We're
it.
not going to waste your time.
But what we will do is finish this video right in front of the Eiffel, which will be in about 8 minutes, I'd say. So this, what was the name of this park again, Lena? I think it was called like the Australian. Look at this. The Promenade d'Australie. And there's the embassy again with a big Australia, see la vie en rose. And it says that this park is open 24 hours a day. That's pretty cool. Isn't it nice how it's so light even though it's so late? So light even though it's so late. So we did the 7,000. That's so impressive. It's really I think I wrote this somewhere, but it's really kind of inspiring to see how like to have a community that gets together like that. Lena's back.
Right.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Like I said, I wrote somewhere. I think I wrote on Patreon like that there's a collective muscle that we can flex to make a change. And I think you guys will be excited. Lena and I had a long talk about it last night about the potential of doing more things like this, but Paris-based.
Just like imagine what could be done.
We think we can help to make a change for things long-term that people like us, Paris lovers and tourists could appreciate. Not necessarily, in fact, not, political stuff or current trends or anything like that, or whatever.
Like to the face of Paris.
Yeah. Now that I know that it's
something like let's plant some trees
Exactly.
on the Champs-Elysees or something
yeah,
like that.
or if the mayor of Montmartre says, "Oh, if only we had 5,000 euros
to do a rose garden
yeah,
or something.
or they don't necessarily just because your uncle is a botanist and you're related to Linnaeus, they don't have to be plant related.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like they might say, "Oh, if only we had 5,000 euros, we could reopen this theater that's been closed for 75 years." And I'll say, hold that thought, Mayor. We've got a Paris fans group here and they've got a strong collective muscle. And he'll say, "I don't know what you mean." I'll say, "Well, you watch." Anyway,
I like it.
Peony Garden, says Laura.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Laura. Yes.
Ellen says, if someone were to win, and someone will win, would they be able to donate the prize to someone you choose? What do you mean, someone I choose? But I guess so, yeah. Anyone?
You can do what you want with the prize.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the prize. All I would ask, if you're donating the prize, is that you let me have the coffees at Peloton. That's all I ask. And could I keep my own book? I wouldn't have to do it then.
That's true.
That'd be easy. Yeah, but to be serious, you can do what you want with the prizes. But they exist, like we've bought them. So
Yeah.
there's no point saying...
Don't bother buying it or
Yeah.
organizing it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we
They
have
exist. We got them.
Them. Yeah.
Cloudberry will take your print. It's not a print either, it's an original.
Yep.
They're all originals.
It's a painting.
I've seen them. If you're famous one day, they'll be worth something.
Ooh.
I guess they're already worth something. Okay, we're going to the base of this thing. We're gonna round this thing.
Well, I hear the mockery in your voice. I hear it.
Let's look over the edge. James Brown is looking forward to midnight in Arizona for a stroll through Paris Noir. I hope you got your times right, because you don't want to get that wrong. Mona says you're famous now.
Oh no.
I'm sure I missed a bunch of comments. Deborah's going to be on the first flight back to Paris once the travel ban's lifted. And a lot of pizza emojis, so I shall stop scrolling.
Oh, sorry.
Isn't
My
that cool?
bad.
Yeah, people are agreeing that you're famous, even the person called Art.
That's us, monkey booty.
Ooh, well, that's legit then.
That is legit.
Yeah.
Isn't this a treat? We're so glad to be living by the Eiffel Tower temporarily. Paris
is
Perfect
so-
have been so lovely
yeah.
to us.
It's so
So I'll give them a shout out.
awesome.
If you do come to Paris, or you people talking about coming to Paris, consider staying in one of their apartments. I can tell you with full confidence that their apartments are lovely. Like really lovely. I'm gonna miss it. Oh my.
I know. It will be a reality check when we go back.
Oh, I don't even want to think about
I
it.
know.
But yeah, they.
Gotta enjoy.
Hang on. Suddenly it's the
Appreciate.
promenade of the
Marie from Romania.
Queen of Romania. Can you see that, everyone? How did it stop being the Australian one? When did we stop being Australian? Head into. That wasn't a bark.
Yeah. No, but I was just thinking that it's so interesting to stay in different parts of town.
Yeah.
Because I'd want to have a different base.
I'd said to Lena for many years that I really wanted to spend a week in all the different districts. It would be a bit of a pain to do it, but just, go and spend a week in the 6th. But we never did it. We were thinking about apartment swaps. It just became a bit messy. This really worked though.
Yeah.
So Paris Perfect.
I mean, we couldn't really have wished for a better experience, to be honest.
No.
And especially after being confined in a tiny little space.
Yeah. But you
for
guys,
so long.
you guys who want to know about what one of their apartments looks like, it's gonna fall off. Tomorrow night, the wine tasting is going to be from the balcony of the one called Margot, which is where Leah Walker, recent guest on the show, is staying.
Yeah.
And that is
Oh, it's so stunning. It's so
to die
stunning.
for. So even if you don't like wine, or you don't like me, or you don't like Lena, still watch tomorrow night's video for the view. And now we know it's not going to end with a sparkle,
Ah, interesting.
as planned. Yeah, well,
Well,
what are you going to do?
It is what it is.
Tanisha has a sparkling personality, so it doesn't matter.
And maybe some sparkling wine.
If I swallowed a fly, I think. Deborah, a week in each arrondissement, brilliant idea. Yeah, I'd love to do it.
It would be really cool podcast.
It would be such a cool podcast season. But
This is different than just go visiting them.
maybe like a hotel would sponsor it or something.
Imagine.
But it'd be better to live in an apartment. Maybe Paris Perfect will get involved.
I know.
What time is the one tomorrow night, says Maria? I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. But also, I can't ask Tanisha to do a video from 10 to 11 just for a sparkle. But this is where we're going to end the video, I think. We'll end it by the carousel. I've just lost Lena again. Yes. Beautiful, huh? But yeah, so I was actually doing that 20 arrondissement podcast episodes. that was how I was interrupted by this lockdown. And for you guys who like videos, about 2 years ago or so, I did a live video just like this in every arrondissement in a row. But they were all for Patreon supporters. That's how I turned this hobby into a career. So if you want, I'm actually working on it now, building a list of all the old videos I did for Patreon supporters so they're easy to find. So keep an ear out for that one. Keep an earful out for that one. We've lost Lena, but this is where we're gonna finish, I think. Pretty beautiful, huh? There she is. So when she gets back, we'll say a little goodbye, and I'll remind you all to check out that charity.
All right, I'm back. Yes, it's such a good shot. I love this.
There you go, we're gonna end on that shot. In fact, we'll talk to the camera to say goodbye on the same shot. So we'll see you together tomorrow, 9 p.m.
Yep.
I'll see you 9 a.m. What else? Oh yeah, charity. The link's below. Let's get to 10,000.
Thank you so much.
I almost blew a kiss there.
It's very-
The romanticism of Paris got to me.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys all real soon. Thanks for watching. That was fun.